You might have noticed the American Wagyu beef at the grocery stores. I'm Tess, and tonight I will show you a shepherd's pie recipe from start to finish using Wagyu beef. It's really rich, comforting, and good. Stay tuned. I'm starting by making the mashed potatoes for the top. My family loves the potato topping on shepherd's pie, so I'm making plenty. I have about 2 to 3 pounds of russet potatoes that I peeled and cut into about 1-inch pieces. I'm bringing the potatoes to a boil and cooking for about 10 to 15 minutes or until they're tender. Now the potatoes are cooked, and I'm adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and you can use black pepper, 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and 1/2 cup of milk, and I'm giving that a good mix with my hand mixer before I add the cheese. And for the cheese, I'm using 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese and about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and 2 large egg yolks, giving that another good whisk. This is 1 pound of American Wagyu ground beef that I'm browning on medium-high heat. The Wagyu burger contains a good bit of fat and flavor, and we're going to use that to make our roux for the gravy. I'm starting to break up the ground Wagyu, and I'm adding in 1 cup of diced onions and about 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and black pepper. Cooking and stirring for a couple minutes, and then I'm adding in 3 cloves of minced garlic and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Cooking for a couple minutes until the tomato paste is incorporated. Now I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of flour to make my roux, stirring until all the flour is absorbed. Now I'm slowly adding in 2 cups of beef broth, stirring and bringing up to a simmer, and you will see the gravy thicken. For the seasonings, I'm adding in a little more black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, giving that a stir and tasting for any more seasonings. I believe I am going to add in about 1/4 teaspoon more of thyme, giving that a good stir. This is 2 cups of frozen peas and carrots, and giving that a good stir. If you're using fresh carrots instead of the peas-carrots combo, you can add the diced carrots when you add the onions. Bringing this back up to a simmer, and then turning off my heat. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I sprayed my baking dish with a little oil, and I'm adding in my shepherd's pie mixture and leveling out. This smells so good. Spooning on my mashed potatoes and leveling out the best that I can. To get those tasty brown bits on the top, you want to create texture on top of the potatoes, and I do this by using a fork. I make some cross marks on the top. Nothing fancy. The shepherd's pie is going into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until nice and bubbly. For the last couple minutes, place the pie under the broiler to brown the top. And be careful not to burn. Make sure you keep your eyes on that pie. Once the Wagyu shepherd's pie is done, remove from the oven and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes because it is really hot. This Wagyu shepherd's pie turned out awesome, really rich with lots of flavor. My family loved it. I hope you give this Wagyu shepherd's pie a try and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!